topic.
I didn't watch it. I clicked it. I didn't watch it.
Some medium rare internet beef that I think is just kind of worthless to go over, but so many people keep bringing it up to me that I feel I should at least talk about it to some extent. So I'll go ahead and cannonball into the septic tank and doggy paddle around for a bit. The main topic involves a banned YouTube creator that I'm sure you've all heard of before. His name is Sneako. A lot of people compared him to like a diet Andrew Tate. He recently got banned.
Wait, I want to hear about
this.
this.
Does make
yes, I want to hear. I don't know else about that.
And recently he started targeting me because I made jokes about his friends on the Fresh and Fit podcast, whom I think are beautiful clowns that do some very silly stuff that is entirely entertaining to make fun of. But Sneako didn't see it that way because he's a very sensitive guy, and
I want to know what he does.
Riding their wieners to try and defend a blatantly outrageous story that one of them told about meeting a basketball player at a party, then being invited by that basketball player to a mansion, and then fucking a ton of girls at that mansion thanks to the basketball player, which sounds like something a Tumblr account would have made up, and ending with "and everybody clapped."
I want to see it.
It was such a goofy piece of fan fiction. It felt like he was begging to be humiliated and made fun of, so I started throwing some balls at the clown and dunking them in the tank. I made a video talking and joking about it, and Sneako saw this and he wasn't too happy, so he got offended on his friend's behalf, which of course is a very alpha male thing to do. I know Sneako doesn't like that nomenclature. He never calls himself an alpha male and thinks that it belittles him, but his fan base is and has been red-pilled and thinks of him as like a no-nonsense kind of guy who tells it like it is, a man's man. And yet Sneako cries more than a 12-year-old going through puberty and has very public temper tantrums like a child who didn't get the Spider-Man toy they wanted for Christmas. So he was upset because I was making fun of them. He then makes a big rant about me, calling me a bitch, saying all kinds of things. He doesn't really make any points. He just insults my appearance a lot and makes very bold assumptions about me not going outside and shit like that, which of course has nothing to do with anything I was
Well, then he's banned from YouTube, but then how is he posting it?
saying, nor does it debunk any of my
How?
points. Not that I was even really making points, I was just making jokes about a silly fucking story, and he's taking it as if I just gave a TED Talk on monogamy, because for some reason he somehow gets lost in like this Winter Soldier episode, like this delusional fantasy, where he starts making a statement.
Did you guys? How do you guys all know this? You all know this. It's insane. Now I'm thinking that people are like take Andy's, Sneako Andy's, and any video that's like against some of the ideologies that are spitted, chat gets mad and they skip because
On
they
monogamy,
actually like these people.
which of course had nothing to do with the video I made.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted. He's in a monogamous relationship.
What?
This is his girl.
Okay. Is she not like attractive enough? I don't get it. Is that like the meme here?
So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer.
What the fuck are you even talking about? What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything that has happened? And where is monogamy even coming from? You're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real. Like, none of this had anything to do with the video itself of me.
I think there's only a few things that are as insecure or more insecure than fucking than trying to say that somebody's girlfriend is ugly somehow when they're in a committed relationship with one another. That's like the most like small dick energy out there. That's how it is. I'm not even insulting anybody. I'm just saying that as a concept, that is a very small little dick energy to do that.
Me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told. Like, it's so weird, and he's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger, saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this. Now, like I said, because so many people keep bringing this up to me every day, I felt obligated.
It's not about being ugly, then what is it about then? Which one is to make fun of fat and ugly women? Wait, but not in the context of, oh man, you're with somebody, she's ugly. Wait, no, you're just
to at least, you know, talk about this a little bit and engage with the drama.
Not even close to
even though I don't really want to. What I do want to talk about, though, is the Black Friday Moist Global merch sale, baby. A lot of great merch on Moist cigar, so really get into character here. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about this. He's
He's in a monogamous relationship. That's why his point is so schizo. Okay. So why do you have to why do you have to put a picture of him and his girlfriend to show that he's in a monogamous thing?
I'm pretty familiar with
And what's
Sneako,
monogamous?
probably more so than a lot of his more modern fan base is. I first became aware of his content when he got mad at me a couple years ago because I was criticizing a movie called Cuties. For those that don't know, Cuties was a movie that went to Netflix, and it was basically just softcore child porn. It was a movie that focused on twerking and a coming-of-age film that used real children in real positions of, like, sexualization, where during, like, a twerking contest, they'd have cameras that would go, like, right into their ass and zoom in. It was fucking disgusting stuff. And I made a whole video talking about how fucked up it is that not only does it exist, but Netflix has promoted it and it's on their service. Regardless of what the intention was or what the message aimed to deliver from the director, it completely missed the mark. By using real child actors and doing the things that they did in the film, it became a movie that was only enjoyed by legitimate, real, self-admitted pedophiles. And I made a video talking about how gross that whole situation was, and Sneako made a response to it saying that the outrage around this film is misplaced and it's actually a good movie.
Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing. And it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only saw the clips that were gonna piss him off. Or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just, deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see the reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
Sneako has said multiple times, even in his most recent...
Wait a minute. Sometimes you don't even need full context to understand. Sometimes you don't need to watch the thing to know that it's bad as a concept. I think sometimes some concepts are bad enough that you don't have to...
rant that he does like my content.
End of analysis.
Though I'm pretty sure he just says that to cushion the blow and, like, tiptoe around it, like, before insulting me. Just in case there's anyone in his chat that like...
I don't care how good the performance is. If you have real children twerking and sexualizing to depict the picture of children for the story, they're being filmed and ordered by adults or whatever, I think that's weird. That's just not a correct thing.
My content, he wants to make sure to not make them upset, so he makes sure to preface it by saying, well, I actually do like him, but... and then goes on to get super personal about it. This was my first real exposure to Sneako, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything?
They're actors, but they're not developed enough in their head order to make their own decisions. It's why people are children until they're adults, right? It's why a lot of films that have some of these things that are into it, they get adults that depict adolescence.
Guys,
because they depict a picture, but the adults are old enough to make their own decisions and have responsibility for their own actions, and they partake in such action, even though they're depicting something else, which is fair enough. That's a completely different ballgame.
Thing like that. It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night, and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover, and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Now, the reason I'm showing this isn't just to debate a multiple-year-old Sneako video that he completely ate shit on and had the worst possible take of with this whole cutie situation.
Sexualized children as a thumbnail for the movie. Ha! You fell for it, boys. You looked... Get clickbaited, bro. Got him,
dude. The reason I'm showing this is because I haven't liked him.
Holy
since
got
I
him.
saw
Like,
this
what the fucking mentality is that?
I was aware that he made other content, and apparently some of it was pretty good a couple years back. But once I saw this video, it just showed me a really weird guy who it seemed like really just wanted to be contrarian for the sake of it, and makes terrible points in defense of this film for some reason. Like, even in your own video, you openly admit right there that yes, it sexualizes children. Full stop, that's not okay. That's a problem.
Like, this girl, at one point, she takes a picture of her vagina and posts it on Instagram. Kids naturally just rebel. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's child porn, that they were just showing these kids and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now. Or not more than beauty pageants in America, which still exist and are exactly what you see in the film.
Do you go to beauty pageants to watch the kids, Sneako? I certainly hope not.
What's
just
a
because
beauty
the beauty
pageant?
pageants, which are fucked up, completely agree. Just because those exist in the real world doesn't mean that that's justification
what is
for
that?
this movie. I feel like that should be obvious. You can't use this whataboutism like, oh yeah, Cuties has a lot of sexualization of children, but what about, you know, child beauty pageants? I mean, those are out there in the real world, so what's wrong with Cuties being on Netflix? I won't show you any more from this video. It's dog shit all across the board. But there is one more thing I'd like to highlight. Even when Sneako started to rise to popularity, I didn't pay too much attention because, again, in my mind, he will always be that guy that for some reason fights for this film, which is just fucking weird. So he's always just been kind of a weird person to me that I don't pay too much attention to. But I couldn't help but take notice of one of his more recent viral clips where he openly defends getting cucked.
So I wanted to break this down, like, because this was imagine seeing the girl you love like get fucked. You love her? Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
I'm crazy. The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her.
Wait, but he did that though.
Pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. I know.
Chat. You guys say CLM, but when I say threesome, you guys all get hard and say Craigasm. How does it make any sense in the context of what happened last time with me in the IRL stream? What? It's true though. I was with this one girl. You guys said cuck because she kissed another girl. Not a guy. She kissed a girl, right? But if I say, yo, threesome, which is you and let's say your girlfriend, and you're with another girl, and you're kind of double tapping, whatever, you guys say Craigasm, that's hot. Which is even deeper than a kiss. It's really a full physical interaction.
You know what?
It is a legitimately super sad thing to sit there and listen to because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation, but is trying to play it off like a deeper message like, no, this is actually a good thing, and in fact, I recommend every guy out there try letting their girl get fucked by another man. Then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is fucking tragic to listen to. Now, I want to be clear, I have absolutely no problem with open relationships. I think everyone should be completely within the right to handle their relationships however they see fit and whatever makes them happiest. Contrary to what Sneako thinks about me, I have legitimately no issue with open relationships at all. But what Sneako's talking about here isn't so much an open relationship, it's cuckoldry. You have watched your girl get fucked in front of you on at least 2 occasions that he talks about here. And you were right next to her, watching her get fucked, and one time you were so upset about it you had to leave the room after the 3rd pump, you said. You're clearly not really alright with this situation. You're for some reason forcing yourself to be okay with it. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and be an armchair psychologist like you try to do against me during your rants, but it really seems like you don't like it.
That's not.
And yet, for some
never,
reason, you're
no,
also trying to
50
celebrate it and
years,
promote it like a
50
good
years,
thing.
let's
It's just
show my
not
skeleton
even
brother.
close to comparable. That's a disaster.
super sad.
go.
Like, if you're fucking other girls and she's fucking other guys, that's one thing, but you being in the same bed that she is fucking another man in and watching her, and then even talking about how, like, upset you were about how much she was moaning and the deep eye contact she was making with the man she was fucking in front of you, like, you're not really okay with it, it sounds like. So stop trying to pretend to be, and stop trying to make it seem like this is a good, healthy thing for everyone that everyone needs to try. It's just...
Well, also, in my opinion, if you're not okay with it, you wouldn't just walk away though. You tell us, yo, this is trash. I'm not okay with this. If you engage in such activity, let's say just to try it. Let's say, and you weren't okay with it, you wouldn't just walk away and say, yo, stop this shit. Let's not do that. And then you can salvage it. But I don't know.
Just pretty sad. So this is always in the back of my mind when he starts critiquing my relationship, or really any relationship for that matter. Like, what really gives you the right, especially when you're clearly in a very complicated situation in your own mind with your relationship? So, like I said, I didn't really want to talk about this, but he apparently keeps shitting on me and making a big hoopla about it, and people keep bringing it up to me, so I felt like I should at least address it in some capacity. So this is me talking about it, and that's about it. So yeah.
Here you're again making excuse for cuck lords. Dude, I don't think you're understanding my point properly though. I think you're so fucking stupid.
Yo, this is X on the beat, yo.
Okay. Why my voice as well?
Deadass.
Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy.